What's up guys, welcome back to a new How Strong is Baki character video. Today I'm covering my personal favourite character, Jack Hanma. As always, subscribe if you're a fan of Baki, hit the like button with a goal of 1000 likes as always to continue the series. Also comment below who you want next, and take note this is the 5th video in this series. The Discord, Twitter and Patreon all in the description. Let's begin. We might as well begin with stuff from his backstory. I'm not too sure if this is a cool flex or not, but yeah, the start of Skinny Jack's training. Even if his body couldn't keep up during this time, it does show martial art training and experience he's gained throughout his younger years, and does demonstrate some of these skills later in the Maximum Tournament arc. You really just gotta respect him at this point. The world's frailest man who does the world's hardest training, then the good old super steroids to change his body. What he easily does is considered world record lifts, pretty much gaining superhuman strength and speed, demonstrated more by him clapping a super polar bear and becoming a monster himself. I also felt like presenting today's video in a chronological way. So next is everything relevant to the Maximum Tournament. Also take note, videos like these take a lot of time to make with rereading and all the video creation steps, so watching to the end is greatly appreciated. His first fight is against the strongest jutsu user in all of Brazil, with a single punch from Jack doing this to him, and after that we do get the scene of Jack whispering in Yujou's ear, which is quite a badass scene considering it's Yujou. His next fight is against this dude, showing that he can cut people's arteries when they attack, and he does this by using his almighty special move, the Bite. It's also described as a sure kill technique. His next fight is against Alexander Gallon, with this being a little showcase of his opponent's power, and was able to survive various beatings from him during their fight, including tanking, getting thrown in the air like this, demonstrated his martial arts experience that I talked about earlier, and ends him with this crazy uppercut. His next fight is against Goki, a little bit of flexing by showing he can bite through a pineapple with ease, and tanking various slams and attacks from Goki, getting back up every time, and in the end was able to actually counter Goki's Aikido somehow, something not many characters in the Buckyverse have shown to be able to do. He also defeated Goki so bad that this is what he says about him: he's different from us, nobody can beat him, so he pretty much mind broke Goki. Then we have the final of the Maximum Tournament against his half brother Baki Hanma, using brute force to get out of Baki's very tight choke, surviving various attacks from Baki, like special moves he copied from other fighters, the cord cut, the muck punch, some almighty Baki logic. Jack was able to surpass the drugs he took and train 30 hours a day, just Baki for you, and he also forced Baki to use the demon back to finally defeat him. And even after all the injuries he sustained during the Maximum Tournament, right after he went to fight Yujou, surviving this attack as well. His next fight in the series is against Skorsky, the Russian prisoner, with a little bit of a time skip occurring as Jack got his limbs lengthened and an overall power boost like most other characters. But during his fight, he easily outclasses Skorsky. However, the Russian baits him to fight somewhere where Jack's overwhelming size will be more of a disadvantage. Regardless, Jack still claps him, and the fight is continued in the underground, throws him like a madman, and Jack's muscles have become so strong, a spear with momentum can't even pierce them. He also chews some nails to completely mind break Skorsky. Even though he let Gaia be the one to fully finish him, it's clear that Jack is on a whole nother league in comparison. Now his next fight a few arcs later against Ali Jr., tanking through many of his attacks, making Ali shocked that Baki could have defeated a monster like Jack. And as we know, Jack clapped Ali relatively easily, but is the first one to do so, which is pretty cool for my, favorite character, Jack Hanma. The next fight we got for Jack is key in understanding his overall power, as it's against another top tier currently to this day in the story, the one and only Pickle. And of course this fight is one of the greatest of all time throughout all of Baki. One punch from Jack reminds Pickle of his time fighting dinosaurs. We also get the greatest kiss in all of manga, already putting Jack in the realm of gods in my opinion. With his super uppercut which had insane build up, he sent Pickle flying, take note Pickle is 200 kilograms, so this is insane, countered the attack that destroyed Retsu while also sending Pickle flying 20 meters and making Baki feel inferior to him. On a side note, the amount of energy and effort this panel presents is why Jack is my favorite. Survives this being done to him, made Pickle fear him, and while unconscious had the means and setup to kill Pickle, something no other character had ever done. Any other fighter would have accepted his loss, but not Jack. Returned right after awakening, scaring Pickle away again, but of course got defeated. But on his way back for a third time, Baki had to talk him out of it. So yeah, our boy Jack just does not give up. Imagine if he was a death row inmate trying to face defeat. Even if you defeat Jack, that's not a defeat, he'll return a few hours later. One day I hope we see Jack pull out the demon back in a potential redemption arc, but Yujiro does talk about Jack being less pure, or at least compared to Baki. Now his most recent fight against Motobe, also this is the last time we got to see Jack in the Baki story. This also featured another time skip, with Jack now being 243 centimeters for his height and weighing 201 kilograms, while also keeping his speed and strength. So Jack's mindset at this point is height equals strength, with him now almost being the same size as Pickle, just a few centimeters shorter, but he is 1 kilogram heavier, which is insane to think about. Even though he faced Motobe during the Musashi arc, which of course had his insane warrior buff out of nowhere, and of course Motobe defeated Musashi as we all know, Jack did fairly well, as not many people really point out. Of course he got defeated by Motobe's tactics and weapons, but he was able to land this deadly fury of blows, lifting Motobe off the ground with these blows, with him also pointing out that anyone else would have stopped at this point, and we do see Motobe kinda messed up regardless of all the setup he had for this fight. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I could find about Jack in the Baki series. Hopefully he returns soon. I wish he took part in the recent sumo tournament, destroying some sumo wrestler instead of someone like Doppo Orochi. That would have been cool. Hopefully we get to see him soon again, maybe even taller, but the true thing we need from Jack is a redemption arc. And based on all the research in this video, I can probably bring up a pretty good argument to put him over the likes of Oliver in a power ranking tier list. So Jack could potentially reach the top 6, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that should be everything for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe, and as always, shout out to the people who support the channel via the Patreon. These absolute mad lads. But yep, that's it guys, peace.